Well, hello, fellow followers of the way. This is Tell Me More Tuesday. I'm Adam Sullivan, and this is my son, Amos.
Hello.
We're excited to be here with you today. All right, Amos. Well, if you were with us yesterday at Mountain View Church in Sultan, Washington, then you know that we're in our series, Hey Jesus, Tell Me a Story. And we've been looking at some of the parables that Jesus told throughout his ministry. And the parable we looked at specifically yesterday was the parable that Jesus told of two men who were building houses. One who built his house on the rock, and one who built his house just on top of the ground. We looked at the account in the book of Luke, and what I loved about that account was the man who built his house on the rock, Jesus said he dug deep to build his house on the rock. And so what did he dig past? So yesterday we talked about how he dug the dirt out of his life, and the dirt represents our hurts, it represents our insecurities, it represents the sins that we have committed, and sins that easily beset us, the sins that we easily fall into. And we talked about how we got to dig that dirt out of our life so that we can build our lives on the rock of Jesus' teaching. And so as I was studying, one of the things in Tell Me More Tuesday that I wanted to share with you about was the idea of the dirt in our life. If it represents these things that we need to get rid of, well, what is dirt really made of in real life? Well, basically, dirt is made of two things. Number one, it's made of dead things. Whether it's decomposed plants or animals or just dead stuff. And the other thing, it's made of poop. And so dirt is made of dead stuff and poop. And this is the kind of stuff that we dig out. And one of the things we said dirt represents was sin. And I loved the connection point there. Dirt's made of dead things. And so it's death. And we know the wages of sin is death. And we know it's only through Jesus that we're saved. And so, as I was thinking about this analogy of these guys building houses, and one guy doesn't do anything with the dirt. He builds his house right on top of it. The other guy digs deep, and he digs out all this dirt so that he can build on the rock. Well, what are we supposed to do with all this dirt? If we're supposed to dig deep, if we're supposed to dig the dirt out of our lives, and the analogy is we're building a house, what do we do with all this dirt? What do we do with this sin? What do we do with all this junk, the hurt, the insecurities that is coming out of our lives? Well, what I love about God is nothing's wasted. And it's not that we dig this stuff out and it was just a waste and it's not useful. You see, what I think about, and this is what I want to share with you today, is God takes the dirt out of our lives, and if the analogy is we're building a house, where do we put that dirt? We put it in the flower beds. We put it in the yard in our life. And I'm going to get cheesy just for a second here. But there's a place for that dirt. And God uses the dirt that consists of things that are dead, our sin, our hurt, our insecurity. And He works all things together through those who are in Christ Jesus, and He brings new life. In the flower beds, we're able to plant flowers, and new life comes out of that death. We're able to have a yard and have grass, and there's new life there. You see, in real life, what it looks like is God uses the stuff we've been through for His glory. He builds endurance in us, and He also helps us be able to help others that are struggling with the similar things that we've struggled with. And so even though the dirt that we dig out, it's made of stuff that maybe we're ashamed of, or maybe we wish wasn't there, and it was hard work to get it out of our lives, it's not wasted. God can use it for His glory, and He can bring beauty in your life through it. So be encouraged today. As you know, you're working hard to dig this stuff out of your life, but it's not in vain. And God's going to use it, and He's going to bring beauty. So be blessed today. We hope to see you this Sunday if you're in the Washington area near Sultan. And if not, God bless you, and be encouraged on Tell Me More Tuesday.